get 3 top-class boxers in a small little club in the west of Ireland, it is huge, because you're competing against the top clubs in Belfast and Dublin, where they have huge population in this sport. It's not a top quality sport down the west of Ireland. So I suppose we are unique in that way. The winners of the senior competition goes out and competes in the last European event in Turkey. This is the last qualifying event for the Olympics in London. So it's a huge year. All our senior winners go out and compete in this and get the last couple of spots that's left for Olympics. These 3 particular guys have been in the club since they were 10 or 11 years of age. Boxing has been their life. They've given so much to the sport that when you put the time in, you get rewarded with the success, and this is just proof of the pudding that now Eamon Welch has joined senior ranks after getting beaten in the intermediate final only a month ago. It was narrowly beaten, but it has given him great hope to follow it on now and go to the senior championships. Danny got to the last 4 last year in the senior championships. He's going out there to have another crack at it again. John Nevin, who is in that weight, has already qualified for the Olympics. But for Danny, it's huge just to go up there and try and win a senior championship again. It's massive for Ray, because this is his last chance to get to the Olympics. His cast is after coming off, he had a cracked bone. So the next 2 weeks are going to tell a lot with Ray, how strong the hand is, and mentally it's going to be hard for him to come back after being absent out of the sport for maybe 2 months since the World Championship.
I went to Azerbaijan trying to qualify for the Olympic Games. I won my first fight, but I didn't get on to win my second fight. The Indian lad bet me. He bet me quite well actually in the end of it, but I had an ongoing hand problem. So we've cleared that up now. So hopefully we're the far side of it and the right side of it now. We can hopefully improve from there. In sport at a high level, an injury is going to set you back. Obviously you don't want injuries in your hands when you're a boxer. Probably the worst place to get an injury, but I've a good team around me, and I'm improving all the time, and I just want to come back fitter and stronger than ever, and hopefully stay injury free and give me the best chance possible. When I was at the World Championship, I was 2 fights away from Olympic qualification, and now the way it stands, I'm probably about 6 fights away from it, so I'll have to start the whole process over again. The start of that is the National Senior Championships there on the 20th of this month, so I have 2 weeks to prepare and to get my hand right and to get my body back in physical condition. So that's basically where the Olympic qualification starts, and that's my dream. It still doesn't end there. After the National Seniors, when we win them, hopefully, the European Championships on in the middle of April. So as it stands too, there's only 1 spot left in my weight in Europe for the Olympic Games. So to qualify, I have to win the European Championships again.
I'm hoping to at least make the final this time now, so it's a challenge, so I've set my goal and hoping to achieve it now. I can't qualify in 56 kilos for the weight I boxed in last year. John Nevin has already qualified, so he's number 3 in the world, so he's the man to beat in the weight straight away. So it's a challenge, but we're up for it, exciting. We're going to do the weigh-in on the Friday morning. Draw will be after lunch then, and it starts in prelim stages and it goes on for 2 or 3 weekends. The draw will be made. There's going to be probably a prelim, quarter-final, semi-final and final. So the prelims is over the first weekend, then it's semi-finals the following weekend. Then whoever gets through to the finals night is through.
For young lads coming in starting off, there's a lot of pressure on them, because when they go into the ring they're on their own, you know, and they can do all the pads they like, but to have their first actual bout, it's very tough, and you got to kind of tell them what the pressure is in the ring like, because you're on your own, you know. As they say, is the boxer goes into the ring and the trainer goes down the steps, and it's a lonesome spot for a few young lads, but you have to prepare them for that. You have to tell them what happens, and you got to be strong with them in the corner, and you know, sometimes you have to put the arm around them. It's above any sport. You see a lot of tears in it from any sport I've been involved in. You never see, because it's the pressure that they're under and the tension and adrenaline, and then after they come down and you're sitting in the corner on your own if you have lost or won. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling when you win. When you lose, you think it's the end of the world. But then come Tuesday night, everything is back and you're back in training. And it's just full go again, and you just talk about it once and you work on them from their weaknesses from there and try and get them ready for the next fight. That's how it goes, you know. So
I made the decision to come back in August of this year, just to see basically how things were, what sort of shape the body was in, and gradually as the months went on, I was starting to improve and I started to get the sharpness back. So we decided we'd go for the intermediate championships, which would be the level below the seniors, the ones which we're preparing for now. So I went up to them anyways, just really to see what had happened, and I won 4 fights and I was beaten in the final by a fella called JP Delaney from Belfast, who's the current Ulster senior champion. So then we said, well, sure, things are going well, so we'll have a crack at the seniors now and see where it takes us. Like, I'm unfortunate that I have to be in the same weight as Kenny Egan and Joe Ward. There's no draw made yet, but Kenny Egan is the Olympic silver medalist, and I think Joe Ward is a 2-time world youth champion. So the level of competition is very high. Like, so we're looking forward to seeing how we get on. It's the most senior participants the club has had ever, I think, so it's a massive achievement really, and it just shows where the club is at the minute. You know, it's going from strength to strength down here in Westport.
Most of the training is done, my fitness is done, my weight is good, but obviously I haven't been in the ring sparring too much. I haven't done a lot of punching, so the next 2 weeks now I'm going to focus on a lot of ring training. Like, I want to be sharp in the ring, I want to get the movements back. I think the only thing that's going to go against me now in the senior championship is probably my ring sharpness, but that's why I just want to improve on that now, and hopefully I can do enough in the next few weeks to get me there.
I fought the best in Ireland, the best in Europe already. I've travelled the world. You don't get as nervous as you do when you're younger. Like John Neville and all them, like world medalists and European medalists, I fought them all before, so I know what to expect when I get up there.
Brilliant to have the two lads, and we're all aiming for the same goal really, and training hard, you know. And you know, there's days where you'll have an off day, but then you look beside you and you'll say there's a fella here that's going through the pain with you, and you know, and that pushes you on. Like, and you know, it's fantastic to have 3 senior boxers preparing together. You know, there's always someone to go for a run with, or someone to do sit-ups or push-ups with, or go skipping, or you know, you've always someone to turn to when you're going training, like, rather than training on your own, which makes it an awful lot easier. It makes a massive difference.
I think if we can pull off, you know, like the titles this year in senior level, I'd make Peter's day anyways. Like, he's dying to see us win them. So
Peter Mullen is the godfather of the whole club, and he started it 50, 60 years ago. You know, he boxed Larry Holmes as an amateur, and we still talk about that because he has set a standard here, and Gary and Paul, and it's just such a strong unit of people behind the boxers, and that's what it's all about. To get an Olympian, I mean, we thought we went everywhere when we got Ray to a World Championships at under 18 level, and then he came back and won a gold medal at senior level in the Europeans. We thought there was nothing better, but there is. The Olympics is the one. It'll never be equalled again, or we could ever dream. If he got there, or if any of the boys got there, I don't know where we could go after. There could be a dangerous side of it too. Where do you go from there? How do you keep the boys motivated and kept going? But I'm saying it would be the club's dream to get someone to an Olympic Games.
I am excited because this is what it all comes down to. This is what I'm training for the last 10 years. Like, it's the Olympic Games, and this is the last shot. Everyone's going to be out to get you here. I'm not the national champion going into this, but I'm the European champion, so they're still going to be gunning to get me. So this is what it's all about. This is make or break stuff.